Okay, let's look at property listings. This will allow you to list properties, houses that you have available for sale on your website, and along with pictures, descriptions, even video if you want. So let's look at how to do that. If you're in easy mode, go to property listings, click on that. Or if you're not in easy mode, you'll just go to properties on the left side, the left menu. Either way, we end up at the same screen. And I already have a sample property in here, and you may have as well. You can look at that if you want and use it as kind of a guideline of what you might do. But if if you're finished with it, you can always click trash to get rid of it. And you'll want to do that before you list any real properties. So let's add a new property. So up here at the top there should be a button for add new property. So click that. And here we give the property a title. Now the title shows up on the listing page where everybody can see all your properties, and also at the top of the listing itself. So you want to give it a name that's appealing and descriptive. There's a couple different approaches you could take to it. One would be kind of like what real estate agents do a lot of times when you read a little brochure. You give it a little headline, a little title that makes it sound exciting and make you want to read it. The other option is you could just put the address, or you could put something really simple. So just put in a title there. Okay, and I just put in a title here as an example: charming 3-bedroom, 2-bath home on half acre. Just one idea, but a lot of it depends on who you're selling to. As far as what's going to appeal to them. If you were listing wholesale properties, for instance, if you're selling to wholesale buyers, they're not really going to be looking for the charming stuff. They're going to be looking for that it's a good deal. So anyway, that's that. And now down here in the box, it's all similar to what you would do for any other pages on your site. You just type in whatever you want it to say, any kind of description about the property. Okay, so I just put in a little paragraph about the property. Now, of course, you want to most times you're going to want to put pictures of the property. So let's do that. But before I do, let me just say that there is a size restriction on the pictures that you upload. The reason is if you upload huge pictures, it's just too big for a website. It's going to slow things down, and they're really too big to see. Like most pictures that you take with some of the newer digital cameras take huge pictures, and it's just not meant for a website. So it's best to resize them before you try uploading them to your site. Let me just show you a couple options for doing that. Here's a website where you can go, and I'll list some links below this video, but here's one that I found that's good for resizing images. The website, if you look, is birme.net. It stands for Batch Image Resizing Made Easy. Now, I like this site because it's really simple and it lets you do multiple images at the same time. That's why it's called batch image resizing. You can do a whole batch of images at the same time rather than having to upload one at a time and then resize them. You can do a whole folder or whatever at a time. Now, the problem with this site is currently it doesn't work very well in Internet Explorer. So if you're going to use this one, I would suggest using Chrome or Firefox browsers. So let me just demonstrate it in Chrome, Google Chrome. So I have some images here in a folder. I'm just going to click and drag them over here, and you can see really quickly it uploads them and starts to resize them. Of course, depending on how big the images are to start with, it's going to make a difference how long it takes, but it's still quick. And there's some options here. You notice it on the left hand is the original image, and on the right is the resized and cropped one. If you don't want it to crop them, you can select one of these options. Here's for no auto sizing, like auto height or auto width, and that will that's usually better if you don't want it to crop out part of the picture. So anyway, you do that, and then you just click Save Zip, and this will let you save a zip file of all of the images, the whole bunch of them, and you can just save that. So that's one way of doing that. But again, you need to use Google Chrome or Firefox to use this site. Another one, there's a site called picresize.com, and the default option is just to do one picture at a time, but there's an option if you scroll down for multiple pics, and this will let you just click add files and click all of them and click the settings. When it comes to the size, I wouldn't do necessarily these percentages. I mean, you could, but it'd probably be better to put in a width or a height in pixels. So for instance, I would probably put in a width of 800 pixels. That's a decent size. It's going to fill most of your screen, and it's plenty big for use on your website. So that's another site. If you want something instead that you can put on your computer to resize pictures, here's a site called photosizer.com, and you just download this software and it gives you some options. You can do a whole folder at a time. It has a lot of options. You can select how you want to do with them and then just upload them once you've converted them. And so anyway, that's something you want to do first before trying to upload pictures, because most pictures taken with digital cameras are huge. So once you've done that, once you have the pictures at a decent size, you notice up here it says upload insert, and just to the right of that it says add media. So click that, and you can click select files and find the files on your computer. And I've just gone to where I have some. So I have these images here, and then I have a folder for resized ones that I kept separately. So that's a good idea to resize them first. So you can just highlight them all if you want. You can click and drag, or you can click on one and hold down Shift and then click the last one, and do that if you want. If you want just a couple of them, you can click one and then hold down Control on your keyboard and then click another one. That'll give you just those two. But anyway, I'm just going to do all of these. So I select them all and click Open, and it's going to upload them now. And it will tell you here what the upload size is, and that may change, so don't go by what's in the video. Okay, so we've uploaded these now, and you see all these long numbers and things. That just has to do with the file name that I had for these files, which you don't want to use. You don't want to use that for the title. So for instance, here for the title, I'll call this one living room, and that's all I'm going to do. You don't need to click anything else right now on this. We're not inserting it in here yet, so I'm going to click hide after doing that one. And you notice it didn't actually change at the top, but it will after I save this. So I'm going to call this one bedroom, and I'll hide this one. Then I'll do the next one, kitchen, hide. I'll call this one front of house, and I'll hide it. And then bathroom, and hide. And so now the important thing is to click Save All Changes. And a couple things will happen when we do that. You can see all the names were updated. And this also takes us to the Gallery tab. And this is important because we're going to scroll down, and what we want to do is actually insert a little image gallery into our page. So what you want to do is where it says Link Thumbnails to, click Image File. That's important. And then order images by, that doesn't really matter too much. This stuff is fine. Gallery columns, that's just how many pictures are in a row. We'll just leave that set to 3. And we're going to click Insert Gallery. And now you see this little thing. Now you don't actually see your photos here, but that's okay, they're there. They will be there on the page when you're finished, when people look at your site. Okay, so that's all for there. Now we're going to scroll down, and there's just this information that we can enter here, whatever you want of this. The first option here for falls under, this is if you have a property listing already, you can put another one under one of the other ones if it's somehow related, but generally it's not, so just click No Parent. Address, if you want to give people the address of the property, you can put it here, and this will also automatically insert a map to this property. So I'm just going to quickly fill out all this information here. You can do the same, just so you don't have to watch me fill it all out. And one thing I will say, if you're having any trouble entering text here, like if you're having trouble typing, go up and click Save Draft up here at the top of the page. Sometimes in Internet Explorer, occasionally it might give you trouble, so click Save Draft if you need to. So anyway, go ahead and put in your information here. Okay, so I've entered all this information. Just put in whatever you want, and if you don't want something to show up on the site, just leave it blank. So that's the basics. The other thing you need to do is set a featured image. The featured image is what shows up as on the listing page where it shows all your properties. This is the one that it shows because you've uploaded several. So I clicked Set Featured Image, and now if you wanted to upload a new file, you could, but more than likely it's already one of the pictures you've uploaded. So click on Gallery to get to the images you've already uploaded, and find one that you want to use. Probably the front of the house would be a good option. I'll click Show, and you just scroll down, and toward the bottom here it says Use as Featured Image, so click that, and that's it. It says it's done, so now you can just close this little window. Now we can see our image over here. So that's the basics of what you need to do. Let me just scroll up and we'll click Publish. And now I'm going to, up here where it says that it's published, I'm going to right click and open this in a new tab. We're just going to look at this listing to make sure everything worked okay. Okay, so let's go over there and take a look. And so we have our headline, the title is at the top. There's a spot at the bottom that I filled in for the tagline right here. That's what shows up as the second line here. If you want something there, put it. If not, leave it blank. Here's my description. Of course, you could have typed a whole lot more. Here is the thumbnail images, and you can click on one of these and see a larger version of it. And if you notice, when I click them, it shows whatever I typed as the title of the picture shows up under there. So that's why you want to put in something descriptive there. We scroll down, we have the address and price, all that information, the lease terms, you know, all that stuff. And then down at the bottom we have a map with our property pinpointed on it. On the right hand side you see also the images, another little photo gallery. So everything worked. Everything looks great. Let me just show you one other quick thing we could do. If you wanted to, you could even go to the house and record a video of the house, and maybe you walking through the house, whatever, and put it on YouTube. So let me just show you how you could enter that. So I'm just going to click after my photo gallery. I'm going to hit enter and then go to a new line. And then if you notice up here in the toolbar, there's a little button to insert a YouTube video. So I'm going to click that. You see that just puts in a little piece of code here. And in between where it says YouTube, you can see right here, this is where I need to put my link to my YouTube video. So I'm just going to go over to YouTube, and I have a video pulled up here. And what you want to do is just get the URL or web address out of the address bar up here at the top, and you want to copy and paste the whole thing. Now if you click up there, normally it's going to highlight it all, and then you can right click and choose copy, or if you need to, you can click and drag and make sure you get it all. You can also hit Control C on your keyboard to copy. Anyway, go back to your site, and you want to just paste that over the top of that. So make sure you didn't get anything. Make sure the opening and closing YouTube tags are still intact, and click Update. And now let's go back over to the site and refresh that. And here we see our video down below, below the thumbnails. So that's, and you can click play and watch it. So that's how to add a new property listing.